Hello and welcome. George Crump, lead analyst with Storage Switzerland. Starting our new test drive of another Drobo product. As you probably have tuned in the past, we've been testing the Drobo Elite extensively and have in fact captured it and refused to send it back to the nice folks at Drobo. And so we are recording now live from an undisclosed location so we can keep our Drobo Elite safe and sound. However, we were able to come up with a Drobo Pro FS, and that product is now up and running in our lab. You can see this is the default setting, so we've got some work to do here. I'm going to take you on just a quick starter tour. We'll create a little volume and also set the password and things like that. As is always the case with any Drobo test that I do, we have not read the manual. Of course, we would recommend that you normally do read the manual, but this is a good way to see how we're doing. So first thing we'll do is we'll go into advanced controls. That seems like a good idea, right? So you can see right now we've got three 2 terabyte drives. They're fully protected. That's all been set up now for us and using the Beyond RAID technology that we've talked about quite a bit. We'll go into tools here and we've got some things to do. Obviously we don't want to shut it down or restart it at this moment in time, but we definitely want to go in and set some of our settings up. So from a general standpoint, I'm a big fan of dual drive redundancy. I think that it's a inexpensive insurance. And basically what happens here is if we have a failure on one drive, we're still in a protected state and while the rebalance happens. So I like doing that. Drives are relatively inexpensive for the amount of capacity you get nowadays. We strongly recommend that you do that. From a network perspective, for right now we're just taking the defaults. It's automatically grabbed something off of our DHCP server. We'll come back in later and fine-tune this, but for now that's fine. We definitely want to configure the admin and password. I'll just hope that I can remember what the username and password is. So anyways, that's set. I'll go back into settings here. And then the next thing we'll do is create some shares. You can see right now we've got the admin and we've got a public share. For right now, we'll just go ahead and create another volume here, another share. And we'll call this and we could use this for time machine support. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. That's a great idea. Let's do this as DroboShare time machine. We'll enable time machine on that. We can limit the backup size. So it's of course up to us. So we'll do that. Click OK. That's a great way to get started. And so we can see who can use it. Everybody can. And then we'll go ahead and we've got the email alerts and everything set up. So that's we'll worry about that stuff later. So we click OK to get those created. You can see right here we've got an alert coming up that Drobo is converting to dual drive redundancy. This is a new alerting system, by the way. And so it's going through its paces right now, and that fades away. Okay, and I'm going to assume that our last step here is, or our next step I should say, is to go ahead and mount the time machine volume. So I just clicked on the mount checkbox there, and you can see that it came up as, oops, I clicked it too many times. So I click on the DroboShare TM volume, and it will fire up here in a second. There it is. So with that done, I can probably now go into Time Machine. Aha, there it is. We'll hit Use for Backup. And let's see if we can log in as guest. I can. And we don't have to wait for that. We'll just go ahead and tell it to back up now. Okay, and there it goes. It's starting to make the backup disk available and getting ready to do our backup. So it's a good way to start the testing of the DroboShare. We'll probably go ahead and create a couple others and get a couple of jobs going to it simultaneously. So probably in the future I'd need to name it more logical to the particular machine that's being backed up. But again, you can see super easy to set up, typical Drobo product. No manual, plug it into the wall, plug it into your network, follow the instructions, get to work. And again, in that small to medium-sized business market, I think that's exactly what they want, is you want to get right back to work. So anyways, all good for initial test. You can see the data starting to get set up and getting ready. So I think we're in pretty good shape. We'll let this go ahead and run. I don't think that anybody really wants to watch that backup happen. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. George Crump, lead analyst with Storage Switzerland, and we will be giving more updates as time goes on.